You are now listening to
the Primal Armor Podcast.
This episode is sponsored by Executive Fit LLC. They build custom deadlift platforms, custom barbell storage pieces, and make indoor and outdoor signage for your home or corporate gym. Every platform that pairs with a rack is customized to that specific rack, so everything fits nice and clean. And they ship nationwide. Each platform has a logo applied in a way that makes it impossible to peel up from wear and tear. They even make custom nameplates for your squat rack. Visit executivefitllc.com to request a quote and see what's available on their store. That's executivefitllc.com to upgrade your deadlift game today. Welcome back to episode 74 of the Primal Armor Podcast. This week we're going to be branching off of last week's topic and talking a little bit more about supplements. The one supplement I'm starting to hear more and more about and seeing more and more people take is magnesium. I know of quite a few people who take magnesium before they sleep, especially in my line of work where you just never know how much sleep you're going to be getting at night. And I know of older people who take it for their joints. So what exactly is magnesium, and what are its benefits, and should you be taking a magnesium supplement? Magnesium is a mineral that the body needs for many, many functions, and it's a part of our daily diets. But if you remember what I was talking about last week with creatine, people who eat vegetarian-type diets, or diets rich in plant-based foods, they're deficient in creatine, but usually they get adequate amounts of magnesium in their diet. On the flip side, if you're someone like me who eats meat at every single meal and skips on salad whenever possible, then you're probably deficient in magnesium in your diet. And that's because magnesium is found in so many plant-based foods, such as spinach, legumes, nuts, seeds, and so many others like that. And these are things that a lot of people lack in their diets. And this is a huge problem, because magnesium is an important part of hundreds of different reactions that happen within your body. One huge thing that magnesium plays a part in is the electrical signals for your heartbeat. Magnesium supports the degree of variation between your heartbeats. So what that means is most people usually think that your heart beats like a metronome, but it's really not. And that's why your heart rate can increase or decrease depending on your level of activity or just your environment around you. And this is something that you don't want to mess with because your heart health is huge in today's world. The leading cause of death in the United States is heart disease. So we need to be doing everything that we can to promote heart health. And I believe this is why we just see a staggering number of huge bodybuilders or powerlifters dying of heart issues at such a young age. They're at the pinnacle of health when it comes to being fit, but they eat chicken and beef and chicken and beef and chicken and beef over and over and over for every single meal. And they aren't getting any vegetables or other magnesium-rich foods because they're just not packed with protein. So that's just not what's going to help them hit their goals. And this causes more stress in the heart than there should be because your heart rate variability isn't able to regulate itself as easy as someone who's in the general population who has a balanced diet who doesn't even exercise half as much as those people. And that's a big factor of why you need to be taking magnesium. It's just really good for heart health. And another thing that can affect your heart health as well as ruin any fitness goal that you may have, it's affecting your sleep, as I was talking about earlier. Magnesium plays a huge role in your sleeping cycle and regulating your internal clock, or what's called your circadian rhythm. Magnesium helps you fall asleep easier. It improves the deepness of your sleep, and even helps you stay asleep longer, which will make you feel more rejuvenated in the morning. A good night of sleep is one of the most important things that you can do for your overall health. And this is a great way to work on that if you're someone who struggles to get or stay asleep. And the other big health benefit that comes from magnesium is just your bone and joint health. Most people think of calcium when they think of bones and getting stronger, but 2/3 of the body's total magnesium count is actually stored in the bones. So without magnesium, the bones can't take up calcium and can't use it. So no matter how much calcium you're taking, it won't be affecting your bone health like you think it is unless you're getting enough magnesium in your diet. And here's the thing. This is something that you don't actually have to supplement. Like you don't have to take a powder or a pill. You can get it in your diet. And the more balanced diet you have, the more likely you're going to be getting adequate amounts of magnesium in your system. The daily recommended dose for men is about 400 milligrams per day. And the recommendation for women is about 300 milligrams per day. Just a cup of vegetables and a couple handfuls of nuts, and you're already at what you need for your daily recommendation. There's no need to go out and buy expensive supplements to fit your need. I think something like creatine, which we talked about last week, is a must for supplementation, especially if you want its full effects and benefits. But something like magnesium is really easy to get in a diet, and it's available in a lot more abundant of options. Magnesium plays a very important role in the body, and most people do need to be more conscious about getting it in their diet. But there's no need to go out and get supplements like pills or powders unless you have an extreme dietary restriction that doesn't allow you to get enough in your diet. Even if you're allergic to nuts, you can still get adequate amounts through vegetables. So like I said, unless you have an extreme dietary restriction, it shouldn't be too hard to start working towards 300 to 400 milligrams per day that your body needs. This year, I want to cover more specific topics to help people reach their goals. And we're over 70 episodes in now to the Primal Armor podcast, and we've hit a lot of the bigger, more general topics. So now I want to start hitting smaller things that people may not know much about, like supplements, different approaches to warm-ups, recovery, and just things that people don't do enough of. If you have an idea or topic that you really want me to cover, feel free to shoot it over my way. Because I love when I can directly connect with my listeners, because odds are, if you're having thoughts or questions about a topic, plenty of other people are too. So until next week, keep working on those New Year's goals that you set, and I'll be back next week with another topic to hopefully help you get another step closer towards those goals. I just want to thank you for listening to today's podcast, and we'll see you back here again next week.